You've heard people blame Israel, you've heard people defend Palestine, but what this man said, you've never heard before. I had to ask, is he truly who he says he is? A Jordanian Palestinian? Because what he revealed flipped the entire narrative on his head.
It's hard to breathe, but that's alright.
Yo guys, welcome back to Share Unfiltered. Today guys, we'll be checking out a debate at Oxford Union where panelists argued for and against a bold claim. The Arab world has failed the Palestinian people. What followed left me with chills. I really had to ask, who is this man? Who really is Mudar Zahran? Let's check it out.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah Muhammad wa ala kafat al-anbiya. In the name of God, the merciful, the most merciful, with prayers and peace be upon all prophets, including our prophet Muhammad. I stand before you today as a Jordanian Palestinian, the son of two Palestinian refugees from the suburbs of Jerusalem. I am a textbook Palestinian. I've suffered all the pain. I've been through all of it. While everyone else is talking about the Arab-Israeli so-called conflict, we are the ones who are actually experiencing it. While the BDS is bleating about our rights from London, we are suffering jails and torture in Jordan. The saga continues for 70 years now. Everyone has a stake except us. We are the ones who have no say, while everyone theorizing, lecturing us how we should be treated and what should happen to us and how evil those Zionist Jews are.
Wow. If you watched my previous video where I checked him out, this man is unapologetic.
Meanwhile, no one says a word about 6.2 Palestinians in Jordan, not 2 million, according to a well-documented US intelligence cable made available by WikiLeaks. There was a country called Palestine. That country was the leftover British creation of the leftovers of the Ottoman Empire. The country stretched from the Mediterranean to the borders of Iraq, including what's today called Jordan, my country. Jews were our neighbors in Hebron. My late grandfather told me about his neighbor, Khawaja Kakum, a Jewish rabbi who, believe it or not, used to do Sharia law judgment for the Muslims in my town.
Huh?
We never had a problem with the Jews in Palestine before the colonial Britons had other ideas about how they should separate us. And then the United Nations, one of the most dysfunctional organizations in human history, decided to separate the land. Jews are our brothers and sisters and neighbors. They have always been. Where does our oppression come from? Let's talk about my country, Jordan. The ruler of my country is a man called Abdullah, Abe, as his friends call him. Half Briton, raised in Surrey, doesn't speak the Arabic language, and he suddenly became king after his father died. Sounds typical, sounds familiar actually. At the same time, this gentleman, since he took over, he cut off every single right Jordanians of Palestinian heritage had in Jordan.
So Human Rights Watch here says, Jordan, stop withdrawing nationality from Palestinian origin citizens. And on the Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada, here it says, according to the same source, Jordan has withdrawn its nationality from thousands of its citizens of Palestinian origin, over 2,700 between 2004 and 2008 alone. And in the cases studied by Human Rights Watch, in an arbitrary manner and in violation of Jordan's nationality law of 1954, according to which Palestinian residents of the West Bank in 1949 or thereafter received full Jordanian nationality.
Since he took over, he cut off every single right Jordanians of Palestinian heritage had in Jordan. Jordan is not a host country. Jordan is a part of our country. Jordan is 78% to Palestine. Jordan is our country. How come you never hear anyone speaking about the King of Jordan denaturalizing up to 500,000 Jordanians of Palestinian heritage between 2004 and 2010? No one speaks about it. You wake up and your passport is taken away. It's your country. Imagine if you were born in Bedfordshire and you wake up and you no longer have a citizenship. You're no longer British. You're no longer entitled to anything. And the Queen has done that to you. Now, this happens in Jordan. We're deprived of every basic right, including joining the police force and the army. Every right, including state benefit. But one right that the king has, which he would never give up, is his right to collect taxes from us. We are some of the most taxed Arabs.
Okay, this doesn't make sense to me. If there are no more citizens, how do they get taxed? So you have no rights, you have no voice, but you still have to pay tax.
But one right that the king has, which he would never give up, is his right to collect taxes from us. We are some of the most taxed Arabs. This today, the king has become so collective in his punishment of the people. Our East Bank Palestinian Jordanian brothers, what some of you call the Bedouins, okay, they're now under the same plight. He's torturing all of us. Does anyone talk about it? No. Everyone's busy talking about Israel and how bad the Jews are, killing the Palestinians and butchering them. Why is that so? Meanwhile, the plight doesn't stop with Jordan. Jordan is the Hashemite kingdom is the most ruthless oppressor of the Palestinians and has been since 1970. It's the media's best kept secret. You go to Lebanon, where children, Palestinian children, are not allowed to be admitted to state hospitals even if they have the money. And the suffering and the tragedy rolls down into us being second-class subhumans in the eyes of most Arab governments. Why is this? This is simply because the conflict is not actually a conflict. It's a well-designed, carefully manipulated, strategically implanted crisis that has been rolling for 70 years. An example of that is how many organizations have been created to deal with the so-called conflict. The Quartet, for example. What has the Quartet achieved? Nothing, except a very generous bill charged to the United Nations. I'm here to tell everyone, in the capacity of me being the rightful and only legitimate leader of the Palestinian Jordanian majority and the people of Jordan. We don't want the war with the Jews. We don't hate the Israelis. Go to the protests in Ramallah. In Gaza, they used to be in the hundreds of thousands. Today, Hamas has to pay each child $20 so they can go to the fence and throw rocks. You didn't hear this from the public because they would get punished by Abbas and the Palestinian Authority and the King of Jordan.
Did you just hear that? Now, the claims he's making are very bold.
Go to the protests in Ramallah. In Gaza, they used to be in the hundreds of thousands. Today, Hamas has to pay each child $20 so they can go to the fence and throw rocks. You didn't hear this from the public because they would get punished by Abbas and the Palestinian Authority and the King of Jordan for it. We've had enough. So have the Israelis. And I tell all of those who have done very well through the conflict, be it the King of Jordan, be it Arab regimes, United Nations officials, EU clowns, the game is over and the happy hour has ended. And we're moving forward and we're embracing the Jews. And this is going to happen.
Wow.
And don't cry about Trump not giving aid to the Palestinian Authority. We don't get any of that money. In fact, I would like to thank Trump for that.
Crazy.
And I'm going to say this in Arabic, English, and Hebrew. Am Israel Chai, Am Yardan Chai. Long live the state of Jordan. Long live the state of Israel. عاشت أمة إسرائيل. عاشت الأمة الأردنية الفلسطينية. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. If this wasn't shocking to you, I don't know what else can shock you. He made so many bold claims. And this man is not an outsider. This is Mudar Zahran. He's a Palestinian. He's someone that has lived there, someone that's experienced it. You've checked out his previous video with me already, where he addressed the UN. But him saying they were stripped of their citizenship, they were stripped of their voices, but they were still made to pay taxes. That is not something I've ever heard before. That is something that's just under the radar completely. And this speech, he made it at the Oxford Union. This was made in when? 6 years ago, so 2019. That's insane. Never heard this before. I've never come across it before. But I want to say thanks to all of you guys that keep sending me videos to check out stuff, you know, to learn these things, to, you know, get down to the core, to the root of things that have happened. And I'm really glad that it's already out there for people to see. The real question is, how come we don't get to hear things like this? How come it's not on mainstream media for people to hear information? You know how information about the UK, so the corruption in the UK, you hear about it. Corruption in America, you hear about it. Corruption in Africa, you hear about it. Corruption around the world, we hear about it on mainstream media. Okay, but things like this, we don't get to hear it at all. And something that's really striking is that he's proudly Muslim, very proud of his faith. He spoke with his heart. He's really proud of himself. He represents himself, he represents his faith, and he's standing fully on the ground of his faith. I mean, that's how he comes across in the video. But the thing is, whether we agree with him or not, the thing is that videos like this make us start to think differently, and that's what real discourse should do. They are here debating about the Arab world has failed the Palestinian people, and he's bringing out his points because he's lived it. And like I say in a lot of my videos, you guys know I'm not about taking sides. I'm about facts, about truth, about the things that are on ground, about learning history, because these things have happened. They are there for us to see and learn from. Okay, because if we don't learn from history, we end up repeating it, because history has a way of rhyming with itself. You know, it has a way of just turning round and round and round and round and round. I always ask you to make sure you check out facts, truth, logic, and not push narratives, not push sides. Whatever you hear, make sure you try to look deeper, try to research a bit on it, push out truth, only truth, no propaganda, no false narratives. The beautiful thing about truth when it comes to the surface is that it leaves us all uncomfortable. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think this is a show of true courage, or was it betrayal? Let's talk in the comment section. All right, love and peace to the world, peace to the Middle East. Love you all.
Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shines in my way. You are me. Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shines in my way.